Ladies and gentlemen, the title of the video we're watching today is literally titled, "While LeBron James surpassing Kareem doesn't mean." Let's see what bro has to say.
So where do I start? Now, before I start with my points, I just want to say LeBron James is an incredible player, and it should not come across like he's he should be in everyone's top 10 list, probably in everyone's top 5 list. There's no arguing that this guy is a sensational basketball player.
And in the top 5, just to say,
what many people say now, and even listening to what NBA legends have to say, analysts, journalists have to say, that LeBron James surpassed Michael Jordan in being the greatest player of all time, I have a huge problem with that. And it took me 2 hours to stomach that whole process and to calm down.
2 hours?
That I'm not getting too emotional on that because Jordan's just my guy.
Yo, Sage, this is exactly why I pivoted this channel the way it is, bro. You cannot be taking basketball that seriously. I know basketball purists might have a word with me saying that, dog, but for someone to say that LeBron passed MJ and you needed 2 hours to calm down because you were about to get really emotional with that statement, what are we doing, dog? Come on, man. What are we doing? What are we doing?
I ain't gonna let you die alone, bro, man. Go ahead and cry in the comments. I don't care. Nah, y'all dead ass sitting there in the fetal position, rocking back and forth.
No way!
Stop saying this.
Stop
it!
Stop
it! 2 hours. 2 hours. He was in the crib alone, arguing to nobody, just crying for 2 hours over a GOAT debate, dog. Over the most minuscule debate in the sport. Come on, man.
Bro is looking like the Arthur meme, bro.
If you are not gonna let you say he's the GOAT, freeze. Alright, bro. Alright, bro.
You know, except for the first 6 years of my life, every year after that I spent studying basketball. Learning the game, understanding the game. I've been a coach for many, many years.
That's a crazy
absorb everything that has to do with NBA basketball. So I watched Jordan play in his prime, and I watched LeBron James playing in his prime. And when people say that LeBron officially has surpassed Michael Jordan now that he's the all-time scorer, I'm just wondering, since when is scoring the decision maker when it comes to greatness? If it was scoring, then Wilt Chamberlain has to be the greatest player of all time. Why? Because he's the only guy who ever averaged 50 points per game. But nobody's talking about him being the greatest of all time.
And
if scoring is the decision maker, then Kareem Abdul-Jabbar should have been the greatest of all time for the past 38 years. And I know that there are many people saying that Kareem was the greatest player of all time. Not as many as Jordan, but many people still said that Kareem is the GOAT. But to me, scoring will never be the decision maker. Never, never, ever.
I will say, no troll though. I agree. If this is his whole point, I do agree with the fact that like LeBron James going from 2 to number 1 all time should not have changed your GOAT argument whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? Like if your whole thing was LeBron had longevity on Jordan, he was more, he extended his prime much longer than Jordan, and he was a better all-around player than Jordan. He's a more versatile player, versatile defender. Like that didn't change that day with that shot. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with that front though. I'll say that.
Yeah, 2 to 1 being the reason why is nothing more than aesthetic. I told a lot of people that's what it is though. Knowing that he is now the greatest scorer, like that's the sentence, that's the headline. It's not second greatest or whatever, but he is ahead of Jordan. No. The fact that he is the all-time leading points leader or whatever, that's just a fact that's going to have people view it a different way than him literally being a point behind. If LeBron had just, I don't want to say injury because I don't want to put no bad energy in the air, but if LeBron had quite literally just said, you know what? Fuck basketball and quit 1 point under Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, there would be people viewing it entirely differently. So it's just aesthetics. But I do agree that shouldn't have changed anything in terms of Jordan's GOAT debate. The only reason to change is if you thought Kareem was the GOAT.
And when we keep the scoring out of the equation and just take a look at the body of work that Jordan has accomplished and LeBron James has accomplished, Jordan is 6 out of 6 in the finals. Yeah, he made it to the finals 6 times, and he won every single one of them. LeBron James, yes, he made it to the finals more often, and it's an incredible accomplishment to make it to the finals that many times. But come on, he lost so many times. He won 4 championships and lost like 6 times, 7 times. I stopped counting.
You try to drag it.
Jordan never would have allowed
You
it.
know his record.
7
And another
times.
thing, this is also a thing that really bothers me for so many years. To me, Jordan played in a way better era. And if you take a look at the accomplishment of a player, you always have to look
Making all the
okay, against what competition did he accomplish those things. And LeBron James is playing in an era less physical, less physicality, less hand checking, less talent. And everybody's saying, yeah, but LeBron James is so dominant, he would have been dominant in every era. I'm not saying that he would not be dominant back in the days, but we had also physical players that were also skilled. Karl Malone, Charles Barkley, Kevin Garnett. They were guys who were physical.
Kevin Garnett? I don't even know his middle name, but Kevin Wayne Garnett?
Yeah, hold on. Intermission before we say anything. Before someone says, yes, Kevin Garnett, he was drafted in 96, damn it. He was drafted in 96, dog. No, Kevin Garnett does not count. Well, that's one. 2, even if he does count, the modern era not having physically dominant, skilled players is insane. That is just... that to take. He made all of the, I'm going to say casual because casual is kind of like a cringe word to criticize somebody in my opinion. But he made all of the generic flatline Jordan GOAT debate takes. And then he just slid in there more talented and more physically skilled. Bro, Kevin Durant, if he's not physically skilled enough for you, he's a 7-foot skilled guy. But if that's not counting, Giannis Antetokounmpo, bro. Like, we have a Giannis. Like, that's a thing. Joel Embiid's pretty damn physical. He just gets hurt on Sundays. But he's pretty damn physical. We've had our fair share, too. Trust.
And maybe he just hasn't, like, explained his criteria for, like, this conversation. But he started off this video talking about, like, yo, I've been watching the game since I was 7. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I study the game so fucking hard. I'm a coach right now. If that's how you intro your credibility in these conversations, I just don't know how, like, you haven't really talked about the skills that they have in the game of basketball and how they compare and the context behind that. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's a better playmaker? Who's a better defender? Honestly, if you really want to talk about it, that's a kind of unfair argument because they're 2 completely different players, right? With like completely different sets of roles on the defensive end. You know, all of this other stuff. I just don't know how like you haven't brought that up. But he's talking about 6-0, and Jordan wouldn't have let that happen.
Right, Twitter takes
like,
what Jericho.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's all respect, bro. But the issue that, and I'm glad you brought it up. I did forget he said that. The issue is when people bring up their credibility for talking hoop, and then they have the same thing a guy like TSO Sage could have said. And that's the thing that's like, oh wow, okay. And then on top of that, and we'll move on after this, it always kind of Mickey's the argument for me when I won't say old heads. But when people who have seen both in their prime are like, so I know the answer. That like Jordan is your 2016 Uzi, bro. Like everybody in this comment section, oh yeah, man, 2016 the best year of my life. If it was 16, it was 17. We like not that Jordan is that to y'all. So I don't know if your judgment is actually qualified for this situation. Nobody has the perfect answer, and everyone has the access to see both. So. I don't like that just being a flatline argument for a lot of people that have the ability to say they've seen both. It is a luxury, but nostalgia be kicking ass.
And skilled at the same time. So LeBron James, players like that existed in the past already. Scottie Pippen, very physical player, skilled as hell. Grant Hill, very physical, skilled as hell. We had those type of players back in the days. And yes, LeBron James is probably a little bit more physical, but we had that combination in the past before.
Okay.
And to me, it's just
and there's a Kobe
like,
in the
even me being a huge Michael Jordan fan, LeBron could accomplish things that I would say, okay, he surpassed Michael Jordan. If LeBron James would win, let's say 3 more championships and surpass Jordan in that, then I would be willing to say and to accept
being willing
that
is
LeBron
crazy.
might be on the same level. Even though it's hard for me to
has 13
LeBron
appearances
give
or more
credit
rings.
then. But he hasn't accomplished that. Only 4 championships. And another thing that really bothers me, that guy is missing the playoffs this year, probably the year before,
That
being out of
just
the
started.
playoffs the year before.
Come on, dude.
And he has
Let me hold
two
Wizards
potential
Jordan
All-Stars on
accountable
his
then.
team. I mean, when people say that Jordan also didn't make the playoffs when he was playing for the Wizards, totally get that, but look at the Wizards team. They only had one All-Star on that team, and LeBron is playing with Russell Westbrook. He was playing with Anthony Davis.
Yo.
Oh Lord, he's trolling. I got some bad news for you. And I'm not gonna slander Russ. Russ fans, we good, bro. There's no more beef. It's settled. I got some bad news for you, man. Russ weren't an All-Star with us. Not even close. It wasn't two All-Stars. It was gone. Are you about to say Melo? About to say Carmelo Anthony was a top 75 player. Dwight Howard.
First ballot Hall of Famer. Right.
I'm about to say you gonna bring up Dwight? Is this what you're gonna do? Really? All right, bro. See, and this is nasty, and I don't want it. And I'm gonna let Souls go. I just don't want it to be ignored. He said Scottie Pippen, LeBron. LeBron's probably a bit better, but we've seen that before. Kobe's a little bit worse than Jordan. We've seen that twice. It's just okay, bro. Okay.
I got nothing to say. So I'm just...
Dennis Schroeder, he had a very talented supporting cast.
Dennis Schroeder.
All right. Now you got something to say. I didn't leave that in. No. Now I know. Dennis Schroeder.
Dennis Schroeder. My God, what is going on, dog? Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, Dennis Schroeder. What are we doing? What? Come on, man. You a basketball savant since 7. You the prodigy.
The chosen one of analysis. He's seen both primes.
Come
like
on.
I don't like dunking on creators like this, but this is just like the most Twitter spacey locker room ass argument right now. Like,
Nah, I don't even want to say that because now you dissing Twitter Spaces too much, man. Like, no, I don't even hear these arguments on Twitter Spaces and locker room, dog. Like, this is crazy.
and I'm not. Before y'all start, yes, I've said bullshit to y'all. Luka is the GOAT, but I have my takes too. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but goddamn, I don't flaunt credentials around and then say this, bro. And I'm not. I hate doing this. I don't want no beef, bro. Your edits was fire, but it's just This ain't adding up. I've been bamboozled, bro. This is crazy.
If you are the GOAT, you have to make the playoffs with that team. You have to make the playoffs.
No, you don't.
This is my opinion. To make a long story short, with all the things that are happening right now, with LeBron surpassing Kareem, it didn't change a thing in my opinion. LeBron played longer than Michael Jordan.
Fine.
LeBron was drafted when he was 18, so he had way more games than Jordan.
So let me ask this to you then. So what does him getting 3 more rings change for you then? Because if he gets 3 more rings, he still didn't make the playoffs with the squad. He still had a leg up in the scoring department because he started off young. So what does 3 rings do for you?
You still had 6 losses. Still had 2011.
Like, he's still not one of a kind because apparently Grant Hill and Scottie Pippen are just carbon copies of LeBron James.
Yeah. He'll probably dunk on Giannis being brought up, but yeah, Grant Hill and Scottie Pippen. This is crazy. This is just, come on, man. I don't like none of these arguments for it. The only thing I will give him, though, is at the end of the day, we say it all the time on here, and we get slandered for it a lot, but I think it's dwindling down. If you thought Jordan was the GOAT, is gonna take some ridiculous level shit to where it's like, okay, this dude has 7 championships, like it, and maybe that's his out. Man, like it's gonna take some ridiculous diff for you to finally get off your high horse that Michael Jordan could possibly not be the GOAT. Like the fact he said if he gets 7, I'll say they're the same tier. That means you think there's a 3-ring gap between LeBron and Michael Jordan. Even if you think Jordan's the GOAT, I'd argue that's just delusional. That's just delusional at that point.
So what does it say? Yes, he played longer, and that's why he surpassed Michael Jordan. But take a look at the same time span. Give them both 15 seasons, and look who is the better scorer. Jordan is by far the better scorer. And I'm still saying scoring doesn't mean jack. So don't come to me saying that Jordan got surpassed by LeBron just because LeBron's now the first place in scoring. It doesn't mean shit. Yeah, still give the man credit. It's an incredible accomplishment, but that argument is false and shouldn't mean a thing.
Nah, this is where I disagree. Because if the title, and I understand the context isn't as bad as you watch the video. If the title was why LeBron James surpassing Kareem doesn't mean shit in the GOAT conversation, I'll give it to you. But the title doesn't give. You didn't say that. You just said it doesn't mean shit. like at that point, like you're not just giving him his flowers. No, you're literally saying that this accomplishment that he worked hard as fuck for doesn't mean shit. That's what you said. So
yeah, I ain't gonna gas it. But yeah, technically that's true. I ain't gonna drag him for that though. But
yeah, I'm not dragging it. I'm not dragging it. But if we nitpicking now, if we nitpicking, let's nitpick.
Yeah. I'm about to say I'm just blown, bro. I'm sorry. I just can't get over it, bro. Like, are you kidding me? Oh man, look, bro. Hopefully LeBron doesn't have to literally turn into a Super Saiyan for people to open their mind to understand that yes, it's actually a very, very, very good debate. I literally wake up and pick a different GOAT every time, or two, because you know who my GOAT is. But it's just whatever. I ain't got nothing to say.
Yeah, I'm about to say, man, this argument is so fucking played out. Like I said, man, the argument to me is settled. Like everyone just has their GOAT already. Nothing's gonna change. I'm sorry to tell you, LeBron is not winning 3 more championships.
3-ring gap between them is correct. He didn't say I'll give it to him. He said if he wins 3 rings, I'll consider them on the same tier. That has to be troll. That has to be troll. Like, there is no universe a 7-time champion.
More rings, more finals appearance. Now you're just literally banking on like the fact that Jordan didn't lose. That's it.
Yeah, you're literally penalizing Braun at that point for making the finals on teams they should have made the finals. Like the same way that you'd argue, and I guess I am falling for the bait here. The same way you'd argue, oh yeah, he should have made it with AD and Dennis Schroeder. And there's probably people in chat that's gonna ignore the injury history with that team and say he should have. Okay. What about the time he made it with 2018 Rose, and prior to that it was IT and knee Wade, not Dwayne Wade, bro. His knees was gone.
Yeah.
Kevin Love, like what? What?
That is crazy because the years he did do what you told him to do.
Now it's like, but you lost to the greatest team of all time.
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm saying. But you lost in the finals. Yeah, could have. Jordan wouldn't have.
Like, so Jordan solos. Fuck, is he Kakarot? The anime reference is going crazy. This video. Yeah, so Jordan just solos, just snaps his fingers, and everybody just. All right, bro.
Listen, man. Shout out the basketball time machine. It's all love. It's just basketball. To me,
yeah.
I'm not gonna go in the fetal position for the next 2 hours because of this. It's basketball to me.
Yeah, I don't want to trigger you, man. We just talking, bro. We just talking basketball, none more, none less.
Yeah, but we'll catch you on the next one, man. Peace out.
Peace.